Hey guys, so it's the 6th of March in 2024 and I've come down to see a city called Łódź. It's spelled L-O-D-Z, and Łódź is the third biggest city in Poland. Now Łódź is practically unknown to foreign tourists. I don't know any British tourists or foreign tourists that have been here to Łódź, but it's a very interesting city and I've come here to check out this city today. I want to do you this guided tour and tell you the things to see and do when you're here in Łódź. I just want to walk you around the best zones of the city and just show you what it's like and show you the best things here in Łódź as well. And I want to tell you as much information as possible and give you lots of tips about prices and things to do when you're here in Łódź. Now, Łódź is located right in the center of Poland. And it's about 1 hour, 20 minutes on the train from Warsaw. And to get here from Krakow, it took me about 2.5 hours on the train. The train from Krakow cost me 60 zloty to get here, which is about £12. It's about 14 or 15 euros to get here on the train. Or there's another train that's more expensive that was about 90 zloty. Maybe it's a slightly better train as well, but it's very well connected with Krakow and Warsaw. And the majority of people that come here will be flying to Warsaw Airport to get here. That's the easiest way. There's flights coming in here also to Łódź Airport from cities in Ireland, like Dublin, for example. You can fly here from London, the capital city of England. You can also fly here from East Midlands Airport in England as well. You can fly here from Milan in Italy. You can fly here from 2 airports in Spain directly, from Alicante and Malaga as well in Spain. So you can get here directly to Łódź Airport, but there's not so many airports that fly here. If you want to get to Łódź, I'd look on Ryanair website. I recommend Ryanair as the airline to fly here with. You can also fly here with Lodz Polish Airlines, the national carrier, but Lodz are much more expensive. It's like a premium airline. So this area is called Off Piotrkowska. This area only opened recently. I think it opened maybe about 10 years ago or something like that. And it's part of the rejuvenation of the city. They've rebuilt areas that were factories in the past and changed them into really cool and trendy areas. Now, Off Piotrkowska is located on number 138 on Piotrkowska Street. Piotrkowska Street is the main high street that runs right through the center of the city. It's a street that goes on for 5 kilometers, and it's the longest high street in the whole of Europe. So this zone here, called Off Piotrkowska, is like a really trendy and fashionable area of the city. You've got all kinds of things going on here at Off Piotrkowska. Here you've got like trendy hairdressers, you've got fashion studios, you've got all kinds of creative studios and designer studios, you've got fashion shops and clothes shops, you've got all different restaurants from all over the world, you've got very trendy cafes, but it's a very high-end area. It's a very cool area of Łódź, and you'll find that generally the prices are much higher in this area of Łódź than on Piotrkowska or in other zones of the city. So you can see straight ahead, it was all, in the past, it was all textile factories. Łódź has an industrial past. In the past, when you think about Łódź, you think about smoky chimneys, you think about factories, industrial workers, and it had a bad reputation in the past in this city. It was renowned as being a sort of a very industrial city, a bit rough in many ways, really. There used to be, Polish people told me there was a lot of violent crime here in the past. And the city really needed rejuvenation, and it really needed a clean-up, and that's what's happened in the last 5 or 10 years here. They built modern offices like the one on the left side there, so you can see a lot of modernity around, but it combines that with a historical past as well. It's a big city with a population of over 700,000 people. So it is a big city. I mean, it's a similar size to Krakow, for example, where I live. Krakow is the second biggest city in Poland, and Warsaw is the capital city of Poland. The Polish people call it Warszawa. But you might be confused when you have a look at Łódź because it's spelled L-O-D-Z. So Polish language is one of the most difficult languages for foreigners in the whole world. It's almost as difficult as Chinese. But fortunately, the majority of people here in Łódź do speak English. There's all different universities here, you see, like the Technological University. And also, you've got the Film University here too. So let's have a look down here. And I want to find a place for lunch today. So when I'm in Poland, I go for a lunch. It's called a danie dnia, which means lunch of the day. And you go between 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock. And you get a special price. Like you might pay 35 zloty, for example, which is £7. And you get a 3-course lunch or a 2-course lunch. The majority of restaurants here do the danie dnia. So if you have a look at these buildings now, it's all been rebuilt. It's kind of modern, but it looks a bit industrial. It's very unique. It reminds me in many ways of some parts of Berlin in Germany, but it's very, very cool. I've seen all these tattoo studios around, trendy high-end hairdressers around. They charge more than 100 zloty for a haircut. There's a restaurant here, I believe. Here's a coffee shop on the left side. Let's have a look inside. It looks really cool, like a really trendy coffee shop. Very nice decoration. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's quite quiet today. Let's have a look inside this one. It's very modern inside. It looks very clean, very trendy. So in this area, you've got restaurants from all over the world. Japanese, I've seen a Mexican one there, just there. You go to the left side, you get to a Mexican one there as well. The left side here, we have a flower shop. The right side, we have like a fashion store. Some unusual, unique things, clothing there. And Łódź here is the fashion capital of Poland. They have the fashion festival here every single year. All the big brands like Kenzo and Prada, they all come down here, and all the famous designers come in here for the festival every single year. So let's have a look inside and see. Hello. Hello. So it says Theatre of Comedy straight ahead. There's lots of theatres around here in this city as well. And let's have a look inside. Just to give you a rough idea of what you can get here, really. Yeah, so it's all different clothing items. It says Dzień dobry, which is hello, good day. And dziękuję means thank you in Polish language as well. That's a useful one for you. Kawa is coffee. Piwo is beer. In this zone, because Off Piotrkowska is very trendy, so you pay about 20 zloty, which is about £4 or €5 for a beer in this zone of the city. So you're paying a higher price than what you pay in the city centre of Łódź. In the city centre of Łódź, you pay 12 zloty for a beer, which is about €3. And you can find some pubs that are even less, maybe 9 or 10 zloty. So the prices are very, very reasonable. But remember, this area, you know, this is like a super cool, trendy area of town. So obviously the prices are higher. You don't really get so many students in this area. This is more like business people, people who work for the corporations here. A lot of people who live here in Łódź, they actually get the train to work in Warsaw because it's only 1 hour, 20 minutes away. And then they can, you know, you get extra money if you work in Warsaw. You get a lot more money than you get here in Łódź. So they can buy a nice flat here and live very well here. So this restaurant here on the left side, it does a lunch menu. It's a high-end restaurant. Let's have a look through the window. Really trendy, really nice. Like you can get one main course for 41 zloty in the daytime in this restaurant. 41 zloty is like just over £9. So you can see inside, you can pick like pasta dishes and salads and soups. You pay extra for the soup and you get a special 50% discounts on the desserts in the daytime as well. So on the right side, you can see there's a barber shop just on the right. So I recommend you see some museums when you're here in Łódź. If you just go on Google, there's so many good museums here. I'd be mostly interested in the Planetarium Museum. The Planetarium Museum would be a very, very interesting one. It's about the planets from all over the world. They have a great big projector screen. It's very, very modern. It's one of the best planetarium museums in the whole of Europe. I also recommend you the Film Museum, because here in Łódź, it's famous for film and movies. It's got the best film school, the best film university in the whole of Poland here. And students come from all over the world to study film and movies here. They study how to direct movies, they study acting, they study art and the history of it. But it's a very, very high-end film school here. And I also recommend that you visit the Museum of Łódź, because it's in a really, really impressive building as well. So I do recommend you visit the Museum of Łódź. Now, with regards to the development of the city and improvements in the city recently, in recent times, there's a complex called Manufaktura. Manufaktura is like a modern leisure complex where you have lots and lots of shops there. There's over 300 shops there. You have all different things like bowling alleys, you have bars there, you have cafes and restaurants, you have these lovely fountains outside that are lit up in all different colors, and all the deck chairs there in the summertime. There's some nightclubs down there as well. So I do recommend that you go and visit Manufaktura. It covers about 20 hectares of area as well. It's a big area, Manufaktura. So you must go and visit there. They're also redeveloping the power plant currently. So that's going to be a new zone of Łódź. That's going to be a very cool zone when it's finished. And this street we're going on to here is called Piotrkowska. Now, Łódź is famous for street art, and you must walk around the city and find the 30 different street art pictures that are painted on buildings. And you can follow a trail around the city of street art. It is full of museums here and art galleries in this city, and you must follow the street art trail when you come here. You'll be really impressed, and you see wonderful pictures on the sides of these old buildings. Another thing I recommend, guys, is you go to the Atlas Arena. It's the biggest arena in Poland for sports events and concerts, and it holds over 13,000 people. This year at the Atlas Arena, there's so many famous rock stars playing there. Bryan Adams is playing there, for example. Rod Stewart, Sting's on this year. Lenny Kravitz is on this year there as well. You know, so many famous people are on there. Depeche Mode have just played at the end of February there at the Atlas Arena. They've got the Nations Volleyball Finals there as well coming up at the Atlas Arena. So, you know, it's well worth a visit to the Atlas Arena. It's only 5 kilometers from Łódź Airport to the Atlas Arena. So you can just fly in from London and Dublin and go and watch an amazing concert here as well, guys. So guys, thank you very much for watching my guided tour today. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Travel with Col, and that's Col with a C-O-L. And guys, please give likes and please give comments, because it does help the channel. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.